I thought we played better, obviously. The biggest deal to me was the turnovers. I mean, I've preached that. I know y'all get tired of me saying that, but if we'll protect the ball, we'll be in every game. And that's what we did, and it gave ourselves a chance.
Seems like this game was won on third down. You were 11 to 15, and then defensively 5 to 15. That was big.
That's huge. That's huge. Between that and the turnover margin, that was the difference. Is that our offense made some plays to stay on the field, and then our defense made some to get them off. And so, gave us some momentum early, and we're able to kind of run away with it. I think coaching, I think Coach Gibbs and his staff do a good job at halftime making adjustments, coming in, talking about things, and adjusting to it. And so that's a credit to them. We had a lot of plays we could have made in the first half and didn't. I know they were frustrated with some long runs, but I think that's a credit to those guys that they can get in there in the locker room, talk about it, and get it coached to those players at halftime.
What do you think about all your young guys at receiver today having to step up and just kind of how they did?
Ups and downs, but we knew that going in. Pat did a good job of keeping those guys up and moving around and finding them. But, with young wide receivers, you're going to have some good plays, you're going to have some bad plays, but I thought they all competed well, and I didn't think the moment was too big for any of them.
Specifically with Giles, I guess him, he had 2 touchdowns today, just about his growth and where he's at right now.
Yeah, I converted high school quarterback, so we've been working on a lot of the nuances of playing wide receiver with him, and he's worked hard at it. He's very athletic, great ball skills, and made a nice play in the end zone on that back shoulder.
Inexperience amongst those guys, I'm sure, will hit consistency, and you'll see some of that change. But it looks like maybe big play capability is still there. How has that changed?
Yeah, I think, Jakeem had a big one that really got us going. Key, Tony Brown can really run. Giles can really run. Zach Austin had his big game last week. Reggie Davis made a tremendous catch in the back of the end zone. And then J.D. and High, couldn't be more prouder of him, stepping up, starting the game, and making a couple plays. So guys are taking advantage of their opportunities. It's just we got to get the quarterback and him all on the same page and grow together.
Is it key for Jakeem simply catching the football? Because today, when he caught the football,
That definitely helps. He had a couple big drops the first few games, and he's great at separating. He's great at when he has the ball in his hands, and if he can become a more consistent receiver, he'll be hard to stop.
Is it safe to say that Mahomes is 100% now, or is he still dealing with a couple things?
I think he's close. He still has that brace on. He's still not as fast as I've seen him the first 3 or 4 games. I thought he really had a burst, but moving around, he did a great job, obviously, moving around, setting his feet, and getting some good velocity on the ball.
And even though the offensive line may have had some challenges, were you happier with that today than maybe last week?
No doubt. Last week, I thought, they took the fight to us, really. We couldn't run the ball, didn't pass protect as well as I'd like. And so we made that an emphasis. Let's get the running game going. And if we protect it and run the ball well, we'll usually have a good ending to the game.
Mahomes didn't run the ball as much as he did, I guess, in the first few games. Was that by design, or was that just kind of?
Yeah, we're trying to take as many hits off him as we can. So we didn't. I don't think we called any called runs I can remember. We had an option play that didn't work, but other than that, the times he moved around, that was him doing it.
what went into High starting at Z versus Richmond?
It's just consistency. We wanted to push Reggie, and Jaden's a guy who shows up every day, always going to be where he's supposed to be, always going to catch the ball, always going to run the route. Probably not the burst that Reg has, but we just wanted to create some competition there, and I thought he stepped in, and I think every ball that was thrown to him, he made a play on it.
And the play that he made on the 3rd and 30.
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, just a great job of coming back to the ball and laying out and making a huge play there when the game was still in doubt.
With a quarterback like Pat, do you emphasize even more to those receivers or your running backs? Don't stop on the play. Keep working just like in that situation.
Yeah, everybody, the O-line, the running backs, the receivers, we talk about it all week, every week. Hey, just keep going because he will find you. And there were a couple times where he got into that mode earlier than I would have liked. He got out of his reads and just started trying to make plays, but that just comes with more experience. And when we can get that perfect balance of when it's there, throw it, and when it's not, get out and do your thing, that's when you really, really get good.
Virtually everybody got to play today. That has to really please you as a coach to be able to be in that position.
It does, to be at the midway point and have almost everybody out there getting on the field, because they all work very hard. Everybody works hard as everybody else and works hard all summer, so that's a big deal to get out there in a college football game.
Cliff, first 3 games, your defense gets 8 takeaways. The last 2 weeks, they only get 1, if I remember correctly. And then today, several more takeaways again. Is there a correlation between the level of opponent and your success?
Yeah, that's usually how it works. You know, when they're pretty good, it's harder to take them away. But that being said, I thought, you know, the last couple of weeks we had an opportunity to get a couple and didn't. And so at least they called them today, and hopefully we can build off that.
What was Jakeem's availability after he took that big shot today?
He was cleared. Yeah, he went through the protocol and was cleared, and so he's good to go.
So if it had been a close game, he could have been.
Yes, sir. He was back up.
Were you ever worried this week or today before the game about the emotional state of your team or leaving last Saturday? Did you know they would handle it the right way?
I felt like we had a good week. I really did. I mean, when you break it down, we lost to probably the two best teams in the country. And we know we have a pretty good team when we do what we're supposed to do. And so I've never thought that's been shaken. I think they understand what we went through playing those two teams in a row, and now it's about us just getting better as a team.
You put extra guys on the sideline today, dressed everybody out to help with that enthusiasm. Is that something you might consider keep going? Did it work out for you?
It is. It was the best sideline we've had since I've been here. Something that, you know, those guys, we talked about earning your right to be down there, and we felt like we had great work with the scout teams, and they did a good job on the sideline.
DeAndre had a big game, and obviously has taken a lot of pressure off of Patrick. Can you kind of speak to that and his role on the team?
Yeah, when he's having a great game as an offense, we usually play very well, and so it was good to get him going. He's done a good job of making plays on his own, even if it's not there. Breaking tackles, you never see negative plays with him, and so we just got to keep him rolling.
On Jakeem's 75-yard touchdown there early, did you notice that Tony Brown got a couple of two big blocks, one kind of early and one?
I did. He plays hard. He's got a great motor and very unselfish player, especially for a young guy. So we definitely saw him clean that up and help Jakeem get in the end zone.
Time for one more question, guys. One more
It
question.
seemed like Batson and, if I remember correctly, Ha also was some big blocks down the field. Do you feel like that group is returning to what the reputation was over the last decade of being that physical wide receiver?
That's what we've been preaching and working at since we've been here, and I think they're all buying in and seeing if you block for each other and work for each other, everybody's going to have success. There's enough footballs to go around, and so it's been fun to watch that progression.
Kliff, I was in the elevator when DeMarcus Felton made the long run. Can you kind of
Yeah, it was, you know, he just saw it. It was a great cut. He's a tremendous running back when you're talking about vision. Not the biggest guy, but anytime we rep him in practice, he seems to find the hole, and I think they lose him because he's not very big. But he's a tremendous natural runner and has some of the best vision I've seen.